Ah! I got to it before you guys could. Damn it! Gotta look before I grab. I guess while I'm here... plenty of heals to be had. Okay. So it's saying... down. Down over here somewhere. Bingo, bango, bongo.
You're a question waiting for an answer.
So what's the point in coming all the way up? Interesting. No, I gotta go to Meridian. Neither one. Is that it? How do you... Notebook. Stormbird. That's Zeta. So... that's Zeta. That'll be the one that'll give me the T-Rex. Motherfucker. Which, in all honesty, that's probably a fucking horrible, horrible cauldron to go to. So we're going to stick with the storyline right now. Actually, I got 2 skill points. I don't think I can burn them on anything right now. What was I going for? I picked up this thing. I want that. I also want that. What's this? Disarm traps. That lets me pick. Okay, so I need more skill points. Let's go to Meridian. See that, guys? I didn't put a flag down on it. I just fucking fast traveled. Might look into something like that, but as of right now, I like the armor I got. And I did get that other purple thingy modification slot. Let's go to crafting. Oh my god, I'm almost leveled. Oh, I already got. Okay. Ranged and melee. I picked up 29 resist shock, 25 resist shock, resist melee, resist. We're gonna leave it as it is right now. 40% damage coil. How am I back? 42% damage coil. That don't add enough to make it worthwhile. Now I could get rid of the fire damage. And that it'll take 9 fire away, but give me some decent damage otherwise. But then I gotta rely on this bad boy. That's a 72 fire. Did I get a new tear? No, just damage. That helps those two, but it takes out 9 handling. And I don't really use those precision arrows that much, but 25 damage, damn. You. I have a 42 in right now. That's a 42, a 34. It's a 35. What are you? 37? Okay. So now we're just splitting hairs right now. I could probably buy another bow like that and then outfit it differently. But we'll look into that later. I think that's why they give you so many weapon slots. Speaking of, yeah, look at that.
All right. Buying goods for a fair price.
Meridian.
I don't even know where I'm going. I think this is the palace. Talk to Avad. I think Avad's the Sun King.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy. I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Ayland Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Oseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. It used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
Kill him.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command.
Yeah!
Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Erend didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
You know, I've been the hardy guy the whole way. Well, girl, I guess. We're gonna keep with that. We're gonna make him feel a little better about the whole situation.
She wasn't worried about her pain. She was worried about her brother. And she was worried about you.
Thank you, Aloy. I suppose I needed to know I was as much on her mind as she is on mine. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
Oh, you're goddamn right he will. Ooh, what do we got here? Okay. The Chronicle of the Sun King. The founder, Ahriman, who guided our forefathers from the shadows of the savage east, into the vastness of the Mesa Valley, and who, reading the signs of the sun and shadow both, delivered them to the site of Holy Meridian. The bounteous Amavad, who oversaw the clearing and sowing of the royal maizeland, so that none who walked in the sun's favor should go hungry again, who cut back the jewel to claim the rich estate lands for the first houses of the Sun Court. Far-seeing Sadahin, who expanded the sun's domain to the north, south, and east, setting a gate at Bridge Market Harbor, and who, before the sun at its highest proclaimed these lands would be known as the Karja Sundom, so by the light it was good. Generous Juwadan, who stocked the metal markets with the spoils of his own trampler hunts, and who allowed trade for the north and south, even permitting outlanders the gift of the counting glyphs so they might understand more than simple barter. Zavahar, the pilgrim of the... Did I say that? Zavarad, the pilgrim of Sun King, whose tower was raised to the top of the Ridge of Vales, and who crossed the great waters of the daybreak so the Sundom might extend even further, and to the honor of this passage had the great Blazon Ark raised in the far shores. Bold Erviv, who saw the suns passing in the west as a challenge and forged after it with a great army to be pushed back 3 times at the great canyon lands that would be known as the Daunt, until on the 4th time his cohort broke through and were vanished in the lands beyond. Brood Bassa did, who had the mantle of his fallen brother thrust upon him suddenly, who ordered the construction of the fortress of Sunfall and the garrison at Blazon Ark, declaring the land beyond it forbidden west, where only the sun may go. I ain't even gonna try and pronounce that one. The Returner, who strove to bring civilization to the savage east, but returned after many strenuous endeavors, saying it was no longer fit for the people of the sun, and called for the building of great towers and walls so the wild land might be observed safely. Ranan, the Firebird, who saw the Sundom suffer unprovoked attack by the Tenakth horde, and who, against the protest of his advisors, accompanied his army to confront them. Under the sun he claimed victory. Though he was so greatly scarred, he wore his blazoned helmet from that day. The Hasis, who was a hunter as much as the Sun King, and called for the proudest men of the noble houses to prove themselves in competition beneath the sun, and that those who felled the greatest machines would be situated as the first Sun Hawk and Hawks of the Hunter's Lodge. The illuminated Marzid, who the sun visited with visions so vivid and grand he commissioned many statues and frescoes of his visage in Meridian, and for his summer palace in Sunfall had the great citadel raised, where he remained painting until he took deathly ill from his own pigments. Hivas, elder brother of Mazid, who decreed each family with a suitable male child should submit that child in service of the Sundom's then depleted ranks, and had the artisan turn their attention from works of art to outfitting each soldier of the sun with their very finest armor, halberd and bow. Duran, who in his early years was a strong Sun King, defending the Sundom from the encroachment of other tribes and the derangement of the machines, but who became greatly addled and ordered the spilling of much blood in the sun's name, threatening to bring a twilight upon us. Avad the Liberator. -- Interesting. Alright, so we need to go over here now. Off your focus.
Kings and warlords.
Buddy!
I have a matter of grace.
No, I don't want to talk to you. You're fucking creepy, dude. Ah! Oops. Okay, so Christopher Brading drops off Rock Breakers, Behemoths, which I haven't seen yet, Stormbird, which I killed, Thunderjaw, and Deathbringer. I haven't fought a Deathbringer. That sounds creepy. Technically, I haven't fought a Rockjaw either. I just had him.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosy.
hurl fucking horrible rocks at me.
This is the place. You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you.
Damn!
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
It's a bomb, all right. Well crafted. Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs. If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's gotta be a way to stop it. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller.
So, is that thing gonna go off?
If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller.
Aha!
Maybe there's some way I can open this window. It looks like a wooden bracket. It's not very strong. Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make a VOD watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. If he tries for the palace, he's finished.
I like those masks.
Boot tracks, with just a bit of blaze on them.
Destroyed in an instant.
Can I interest you in a reasonable shot? Get to the fire and set up a bucket line!
What happened?
Haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
Let's have a chat. No, stay a colorful discussion.
You fucking creepy bastard.
The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts. This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
No. Here you go.
Wish I could...
Okay, no more sneaking. These will keep.
Oh, there's... Yeah. I'm blind.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Carja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong. It didn't... I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner!
I'd have to ditch something.
Oh, destroy. That's what I was doing!
What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's. Ooh.
Get over here, she's coming!
You'll have to do. I've led an army. Killed kestrels and ravagers. A savage is nothing.
Except you're down.
Aha! Gotcha!
Did I get epic dodge, motherfucker? Twang!
Take this!
It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan.
Dirty birds.
So they woke up.
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
Got you!
Couple Glenhawks, that really put me... No!
He doesn't let up. Well, neither do I.
It's not purple. The blue's out of my reach.
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Erend, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the Claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Oh! Oh, I'm right here. I'm gonna talk to him.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try.
Aww.
I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
Were you and Ursa, you know?
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice.
Aww.
She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Carja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Dervahl?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings.
I know, my fucking clan... Oh.
Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You're strong, shrewd, and capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
I'm gonna stick with the compassionate side.
Thank you for the offer, but I don't think either you or I are ready for that. At least, not yet. I've got a long way to go before I find what I'm looking for, and it's gonna take me far from Meridian.
Of course. I didn't mean to presume. You are your own woman, just as Ursa was. But please, remember that you're always welcome here. I hope that today is just a sunrise for us, not a goodbye.
Aw, I like him.
It's time for me to go.
Of course. I hope you find what you're after, Aloy. And if need be, I will come to your aid. As sure as the sun's rising.